Good morning. Here are all the public funds.
You are Jose Arredondo.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Arredondo, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. First offense, it's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. Officers observed the defendant's vehicle swerving between lanes and drifting onto the shoulder of the highway for several hundred feet. A traffic stop was initiated. The officers observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, glossy eyes, and slurred speech. The officer asked the defendant to exit the vehicle, and the officer observed poor balance. The defendant admitted to drinking 3 to 4 glasses of whiskey plus 2 beers. When asked if the defendant had any physical defects that could affect his balance, he stated that he was inebriated. Standard field sobriety test conducted. HGN was 6 out of 6. Walk and turn was 8 out of 8. One leg stand was 4 out of 4. The DIC was read and breath was consented to. The results were 0.264 and 0.252.
Kidding. I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I find that you drive any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, if I find that you consume alcohol, I'm going to lose it. Do you understand?
Yes,
And
Your Honor.
if that happens to me, it's going to happen to you, and I'm going to keep you. No more PR bonds for you, Mr. Arredondo. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. And yes, Your Honor.
Does he have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have valid liability insurance in your name.
Yes, Your Honor.
He does not have access to the car at this time, Judge. The transmission's gone out. He's not gonna have it for, I think it's my understanding, at least another couple weeks,
Mhm.
right?
Yes,
Judge,
He
can you?
gets a scram. I'm going to put a scram on his ankle. He's got just had one dismissed. Now he's got a 0.26. I'm putting a scram device on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. It detects alcohol through perspiration, so be careful whatever you put on your body. If I find that you consume alcohol, if the battery goes dead, so will you. I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
That means no NyQuil, no mouthwash, anything that has alcohol in it, don't put it in your body because I'm going to keep you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, you better address it, because if you don't and it becomes a problem, I'm going to do it for you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can waive the fee, guys. I'm giving you, today, you will have that ankle monitor on. It needs to be charged on a daily basis. Don't let it go dead. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In the meantime, you will be signing an affidavit with me, promising me that you're not going to drive. Above all else in this short life that we have, do not get into a car and drive. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
We are sending notice to DPS now that any officer that pulls you over, they know you are not allowed to drive a vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock. So if you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock and they pull you over, they're going to put you in jail. So don't drive until you get permission from me. At that point, once you have an interlock, you can drive. But until we approve you here, do not drive. Not anyone else's car. I don't care what your excuse is. If there's an emergency, a burning building, doesn't matter. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with Joseph. He will tell you when you have court. If he tells me that he can't get hold of you because you're playing games, then likewise, I will revoke your bond. He will take care of you. He's a great lawyer. Listen to him. Otherwise, things are not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Please. Thank you, sir. Tanya Diaz, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Officers were dispatched to a Walmart in Harris County, Texas, in response to an assault. The complainant stated he was working on a construction project in the Walmart parking lot and was directing traffic. The defendant became upset because he directed her to go around the construction site. The defendant got out of her car, yelled at the complainant. A few minutes later, the defendant returned and began arguing with the complainant. The complainant began recording the defendant on his phone, and the defendant hit the complainant's hand, leading him to hit his cheek with his phone, causing pain. Parking spot, got it.
Yes, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to be in possession of any weapons, and not to go back to this Walmart. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you violate any of these conditions, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Tell me, what do you do for a living, man?
What I do?
Yes.
I'm a handicapped person, and I try to get my parking. I'm waiting for
Hey,
somebody.
I don't want to talk about the case. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No, I don't have a job right now. I'm starting working today.
How do you support yourself?
I have an unemployment paycheck, and I'm doing Uber Eats sometimes because my car is not in good conditions.
Sorry?
My car is not in good condition.
Are you married?
I'm married, but he left me 4 years ago. My husband.
You said 4 years ago?
Yes, sir.
Did you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, man?
Yes.
Okay. Let me make sure we don't have any file. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to have you, we're going to give you an application for an appointed lawyer and have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions prohibiting you from going to this Walmart, no weapons and no contact with this person. Okay? Tell me, do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
You do? Okay. All right, please. Good morning, Mr. Chavez. You speak English?
Trouble here, Judge.
Well, we have Luis here, so
Morning, Judge.
he's coming. Hi, good morning. How are you? Okay, Mr. Chavez, you were charged with failure to stop and give information, which is leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Your Honor, for Mr. Chavez David, I have been charged with DWI.
That's what I had.
Oh, it's David. I have a Kevin. Sorry, David, you're charged with DWI. My fault. You're facing up, well, you're still facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine, but it's not an FSGI. It's a DWI.
Yes, sir. Officers were dispatched to Sam Houston Parkway in Harris County, Texas, after an off-duty officer observed the defendant swerving between lanes and almost striking 3 vehicles. The wheel witness stated he observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverage from the defendant after getting him to pull over. Officers arrived and the defendant admitted drinking 2 beers. The officers also observed that the defendant had unsteady balance and glossy eyes. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The DIC was red and defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.150 and 0.143.
Mr. Chavez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
I'm fixing it.
So you're not a United States. Are you in this country with or without permission?
Without permission.
Do you know what happens if you go to jail?
¿Sabe qué le pasa si va a la cárcel?
Sí.
Yes.
What? Don't tell him. Don't tell him, Mr. Chavez. I want you to tell me what happens if you go to jail.
Usted si va a la cárcel.
No lo sé.
Well, I don't know.
Immigration sweeps the jail on a daily basis, every couple hours. If they find you in the jail, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until
Yeah.
first this case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration. And then you're going to sit there another 6 months, 9 months waiting for what they're going to do. If you do not want that to happen, do not violate these conditions. First off, I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of drugs, I'm going to put you in jail. Likewise, if you do not have a Texas driver license, I'm ordering you not to drive. Do you understand? If you violate these conditions, like I said, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm going to raise it up. And if you're in there for any more than 3 to 4 hours, immigration will put a detainer on you and then you can't get out. Heed this warning because you will not get another one. Do you understand? That's okay.
So we may be upgrading this to a DWI second, per defendant's criminal history. It looks like there's a conviction for a DWI out of Florida in 2001. I just wanted to let you know, and if the defendant is allowed to drive, if he does have a valid license, we are gonna ask for.
Well, let me ask you, does he have a Texas driver license?
Oh, he doesn't have Judge Donis. Nothing he's doing. No, he doesn't, Judge. And Judge, I'd like first confirmation on that, Florida BWI, if it is in fact a conviction. I don't know anything about that.
Do you have a DWI from Florida as well?
Tiene una condena de manejar mientras intoxicado de Florida.
Sí, hace mucho tiempo.
Yes, a long time ago.
There we go.
I'm going to order you to take and have a handheld interlock device that you're going to take with you to prove to us that you're not consuming alcohol. This is important because what you need to understand is that when you have a prior DWI, they can use that to enhance you to a second DWI, and then everything doubles up as far as punishment is concerned, everything.
Castigo.
Now, I'm ordering you not to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock. We're going to send notice to DPS. So if you get into a car and drive and you get pulled over, an officer in their little computer, they're going to see you need an interlock, and if you don't have one, they're going to put you in jail. And then you're in violation of these conditions. Do not drive. Now, I'm going to give you a handheld portable device to prove to us that you're not consuming alcohol. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me that you're not going to drive any vehicle. Do you understand? I take it extremely serious. You are out there in the free world now. You're walking on very thin ice. Be careful what you do, who you go with, and what you put in your body. Because one false move, I'm going to keep you with me. Do you understand? Forewarned is fair warned. You have a great lawyer with you now. You need to listen to him and he will take care of you. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You do not have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch. And he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me that you are not communicating with him, then likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
No.
Okay, so for now, we'll have you come over here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. We'll have you sign a reset, and then you'll be on your way. You'll have to meet with pretrial as well, but good luck to you, Mr. Chavez.
Here, Kevin Chavez.
Do you have a lawyer, Mr. Chavez?
Yes.
Who is your lawyer?
¿Quién es?
Good look, yeah.
Rodolfo Cantú.
Okay, I don't know where they are. What we'll do, we're going to do probable cause now. After that, we'll just have you take a seat while we wait for your lawyer to get here, and then we can talk to him, but we need to get moving, and I have no idea what time they're gonna get here. So, Mr. Chavez, you're charged with failure to stop and give information. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers were dispatched from a minor accident in Harris County, Texas. The complainant stated that he was entering an intersection when the defendant failed to abide by the stop sign and yielded to the complainant. The complainant stated that he did not have a stop sign at the intersection, and then the defendant left the location without providing his information. The complainant provided officers with a photo of the defendant's driver's license plate, and the officers traveled to the address connected to the vehicle's registration. When the officers arrived, there was a group of people outside trying to fix the damage to the defendant's vehicle. The complainant admitted to driving and that he left the scene because he believed the accident was not his fault. The complainant estimates the damage to his car to be approximately $3,000.
Mr. Chavez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Sir, are you a United States citizen?
No,
Are you in this country with or without permission?
without permission.
You need to understand that if you go to jail, immigration will find you there. They will put an immigration detainer on you, and you will be stuck in custody for the next 6 to 9 months. If you do not want that to happen, follow these conditions that I put on your bond. Because if you violate these conditions, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Okay.
Do you have a Texas driver license?
License ID.
Look at me.
Just an ID.
You are not allowed to drive. And I'm making that now a condition of your bond. I don't care what is going on in your life. Until you get approval from us, which necessitates a Texas driver license, do not drive for any reason.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You will be signing with me today a promise to me that you're going to make that you're not to drive. This is an affidavit, a sworn document that you will make now. After that, because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Cantu, and he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If Mr. Cantu tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging phone calls, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do not pick up any new cases and behave yourself while you're in my county. I'm going to do everything to protect my county. If you become a danger to it, there's only one place you will go. So for now, I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us you're not going to drive. I'll get you to Victoria, sign a reset, and then we'll have you wait for your lawyer to show up. Do not leave until he shows up. Please. Mr. De Leon Garcia, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers were dispatched to a crash and met with the witness who stated she was driving on the feeder of the Katy Freeway when the defendant came out of nowhere, driving in the opposite direction and struck her and did not stop. The complainant chased the driver to a Home Depot and reported the incident. Officers observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverage on his breath and glossy eyes. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN was 6 out of 6. Walk and turn 3 out of 8. One leg stand 2 out of 4. The DIC was red and the defendant consented to arrest. The results were 0.176 and 0.185. The defendant also admitted to drinking at Opus Locus.
Okay, Mr. De Leon Garcia, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Are you a United States citizen? Are you in this country with or without permission?
Without permission.
Do you have a Texas driver license?
No.
You need to understand that if you go to jail and immigration finds you in the jail, sir, they're going to put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration. If you do not want that to happen, then don't violate these conditions. You have already missed court one time. the next time you miss court, I'm going to make your bond very high. Do you understand? I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs, I'll put you in jail. I'm also ordering you as a condition not to drive any vehicle whatsoever. This is the most important one, Mr. De Leon Garcia. If I find that you're driving, and I don't care what your excuse is, because I'm going to have you sign with me today an affidavit. Look, this is a sworn document that you're going to make this morning, promising me that you're not going to drive. Heed this warning, because you will not get another one. For now, I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I'm going to get you to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset, and then we're going to have you take a seat and wait for your lawyer to arrive. Do not leave until I excuse you. You understand? Okay.